Hey everybody, we are in West Jordan, Utah today at the Deseret Industries, and it's a brand new Deseret Industries to us, so we are going to go in and see what we can find. Come with us. This is part of a Barefoot Bears tea set, and it's missing the personal teapot that sits on top of it, and the teapot is so cute because it has like a little bear sitting on top of the spout. Sadly, it was missing, and I looked everywhere, but I couldn't find it, so I had to leave that behind. I think this pumpkin basket was sold at the Dollar Tree, but I thought it was kind of cute wearing those glasses. I think they made a fun creation there. I've never purchased sheets at a thrift store before, but they're brand new and they're selling for between $11 and $13. If any of you have tried this name brand before, please let me know how well you like them. They might be worth giving it a try for that price. Every time we come into the Deseret Industries, we like to see what's in the glass case. And as you can see, they have a lot of really interesting things. I'm not in the market for knives, but these look really nice, and I should have taken a better look at that bronze ballerina. She looked so pretty. This doll here is a Cupid doll, and they were originally conceived as a comic strip in 1909. And then they started making them as paper dolls, and they became really popular, and throughout the different decades they were changing the way that they made them. Some were made of bisque and some were made of celluloid, and then in the 1940s they made them out of hard plastic, and then later on in between 1960 and 1990 they were made out of vinyl. I didn't check to see what this one was made out of because my husband thought it was kind of creepy, and we decided to move on. I spotted this Blue Temptations bowl in the back in a lower shelf, and I'm telling you, make sure you look everywhere you can because you just never know where you'll find something great. Here I found a new design of Poppy Trail by Metlocks I'd never seen before. This pottery is vintage and all handmade. This is a cast iron Mandalorian Baby Grogu skillet, and new in the box, it has recently sold for $18. I purchased it because I thought it would be fun to make my grandkids some pancakes. And take a look at this. Here's the reason I don't purchase flashed items. Do you see how ugly it looks when the paint starts peeling off? Oh my goodness, look at this. Another Poppy Trail by Metlocks plate. I love this pattern. It looks so early American to me. This was a signed pottery piece. I didn't purchase it because I didn't recognize the signature, but more importantly than that, I wasn't crazy about the design. Now, if I buy something, I really have to like it because I may have to keep it if it doesn't sell. I want to take a moment to thank each and every one of you for watching my videos. Please hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps to grow my channel. I purchased this Ray Dunn Blessed sign. I really like it, and I have a similar one at home that says "Be Bold," and I really like them. I think they are really cute to just kind of intermingle with the rest of your home decor. I was so surprised to see that this candle sconce had its plate. I rarely come across them together, and unfortunately this set was extremely chipped. This one, however, was really tempting. It was so pretty and patriotic. It gave me the feeling of being back east.
We walked across the street to the Goodwill. We're still in West Jordan, Utah, so let's go in and see what we can find. Deseret Industries was cram-packed full of people, so let's go see.
This store had considerably less people. Thank goodness, because I find it hard to breathe when there's so many people in the store. I thought this beer stein was so cool. It was definitely railroad themed, and I didn't know anything about it. I don't drink alcohol, and I wanted to check and see if it was selling for more than what Goodwill was asking. And I did see some selling for in the $20 range, but none had sold, so I decided to leave it. I was curious to see who made these blue canisters, and when I turned them over, I saw that they were made by Mervyn's Japan. And I don't often see Mervyn's items. It's a store that went out of business, and it was similar to Kohl's. Oh my goodness, I was so sad about this one. I would have loved to have seen the other part of this cookie jar. It was made by Shawnee, and they sell for a lot of money. If you can find one of their more rare items, like their cottage house, that could get you about $1,000. I've had luck at Goodwill in the past finding great items to resell on eBay, OfferUp, and Marketplace, so I was really inspecting this bag, but there wasn't anything I could put in my online stores. I found these in the baggie section, and I can use them in my craft room. And I'll link a video of where I show you how I use them to repair damaged items that I found while thrifting, but you can also use them to repair cherished items that you have at home. This was a pretty wood-turned vase for faux flower arrangements. This figurine was Dresden, Germany lace, and it's very pretty, very fragile. And if you can find any that are not damaged, it's definitely worth taking a look at because they can fetch you a really good price. Like, I'm talking in the several hundreds of dollars. So much so that I'm wondering if I should have purchased that one with all the damage, because the lace is so very difficult to make. And I've seen some online selling for almost $1,000, even with damage.
So now we're at the Deseret Industries in Sandy, Utah. Let's go in and see if we could find something awesome.
I found this Disney mug for $1.50. These sell so well. This is Editing Nelly coming to you to let you know that I already sold this, and it sold for $25. This bowl was a nice find. It's very vintage and it's by Bauer USA. If you're ever in need of dishes and you are near Deseret Industries, I recommend that you go in there because they have so many dishes, plates in particular, and they have incredible prices. This was Shannon Crystal, and it was $1. And my husband would not let me get it. He said, "You have way too much clear crystal glass." Now I thought this bowl was so sweet. It was made in Portugal, and sadly, it only sells for about $12, but wasn't it so pretty? I have a lot of these false craft pieces. They're the heritage pattern, and sadly, this one was missing the lid, and the blue and white cheese board that you see sitting there is broken. It's cracked all the way through, darn it. This was an amazing find. It's a Brayton Disney squirrel from the Snow White set. Brayton became the first pottery company licensed by the Walt Disney Company to produce figurines based on Disney characters. One very similar to this just recently sold for $150, and I got this for 50 cents. This vintage cheese board was so sweet. It had a plastic cloche. I'm wondering if it was handmade because I have not seen any that are even remotely similar to this. Deseret Industries typically has very nice big pieces of furniture at very reasonable prices, and they also make good sturdy furniture, like heavy duty, and they sell it for very low prices, giving consumers on a fixed budget really nice quality furniture at very low prices, as well as giving people who need the work a pleasant, clean place of employment. We're back home from our road trip to Salt Lake and Las Vegas. After going through the footage, we realized that it was a lot. So we decided to separate it into Salt Lake and Las Vegas. Please know that if you see an item I don't discuss now, I'll be telling you about it in the Las Vegas haul. The Deseret Industries was so packed with people that we decided to go across the way to the Goodwill and see what Goodwill had in store for us. We made our way over to the bag section, and I found this baggie of items that I'm really excited to tell you about. These, which were really interesting. I saw that they had this tip, so I assumed that they were the pieces to help you dig the walnuts out of the shell, but these have been reshaped and then cut at the end. I'm not quite sure I understand what the purpose for this was, except for I'm wondering if you see how it's squared off at the end. I don't know if you could see it all that clearly, but it's squared off at the end, and I think that this was intended to use for sculpting, as a sculpting tool, because that's what these are. These are sculpting tools, and I purchased this bag specifically for these, so that I can use them for sculpting clay and different things that I need in my craft room. And I was excited to find these, but then I'm assuming that what they did is they took these walnut picker, but I think that they took these and then shaped them. See, this is what they normally look like. And they're used so that you can coax the walnut out of the shell. And I think that these were shaped for sculpting tools, because there's another one that has a different edge. See, it's rounded. And then another one that was shaped into, oh, that's one of these. And what's funny, here's another one, and this one is in the shape of a rectangle, it appears. But what's really funny is that they took knitting needles, and it appears that they also were using them for some kind of sculpting tool. But yeah, this used to be a knitting needle, or part of one, and now it is that shape. So I'll be playing with those in my craft room. I'll toss whatever I don't need. Here's some plastic sculpting tools as well, and I can just wash those and see what I need, and what I don't need I'll redonate. But yeah, found these. Oh, and then I also got a bonus tweezers. I think these are tweezers as well. But they can use, I can use them in my craft room, to hold onto something that I need, and use them for my crafting. And I did purchase those for $3.99. I found this, which is new. It's not expensive. It costs, I think it sells for anywhere between $13 and $20. And it is of baby Grogu. And I thought this would be fun. It's a cast iron pan, and it's small, by Gallery. I got it for $1, and I thought it would be so much fun to either make my grandchildren pancakes, or have my daughter-in-law make them pancakes, and give it to her and she can do it, or make cookies, and that way use it as a cookie mold for my grandkids. Wouldn't that be fun? I think they would enjoy that so much. Because they, of course, love baby Grogu. They think he's so fun. And then I saw this, and I thought, it's got age to it. I thought it had kind of crazy eyes. And I don't know what's going on with his mouth, but I looked at him and I thought, I don't know, he looks like somebody's craft project. He's not super well done, but done pretty well. Let me see, let me take a good look at it. And I looked at it to see if it had any numbers, on craft projects usually do, and look at what I found. Let me see if, I think it's upside down this way. Yes. Can you see that? It's Walt Disney Enterprises, made by Brayton. And this was made in the 1940s, I believe. Can you believe it? I got it for 50 cents. I was so excited. It's original Walt Disney figurine that was purchased probably at the park, possibly 1930s. I need to double check on that. But yeah. Fun! I found this, and it is Ray Dunn. and it has a felt bottom, and it's a sign. It's just a little square. And I do have another one that's very similar to it, and I intend to sell them together as a set. Won't that be fun? I can't remember what mine says on it, but I think they would be really like inspire maybe or something. I can't remember what it says on it. If I remember, I will put them together so you can see what it says on it. And like I said, I think I will sell them as a set. And then my husband brought this to me and said, look at this, isn't this fun? It's Bower. It's Bower pottery. It is antique. It's very heavy, thick, solid pottery, and by Bower, USA. I paid $1 for it, and it is like a cereal bowl. Isn't that fun? And then look at this. I found a Poppy Trail bowl and saucer. Now, actually, this is a bread plate, and this is the Poppy Trail Old World pattern. I paid $1 for it, and it matches my larger plates. And then I found this bowl that is so spectacular. It has chickens on it and little baby chicks, and I think it's in a rooster. Oh my goodness, I paid $1 for it. Oh my goodness, I was so excited. And look how beautiful they go together with the Bower. Isn't that fun? Oh, so great. I found a Temptation Old World, but look, it's in blue, and I think it's beautiful. It's this beautiful royal blue color, and I think it's so graceful. It's just fun to have, and I think it's impressive. Don't you? When the table is set, and I just think it's so beautiful. So I found that, and I paid $4 for this, but it's in excellent condition, and I'm really happy with it. I'm very excited to have it. So we'll see if I decide to sell it. I do have a lot of bowls. I have a lot of bowls, and I need to start recycling them. I need to get them going to make room for my most beloved bowls, and I will keep those. So we'll see. But for the moment, I think I might be keeping this one because I just think it's beautiful. And then finally, this. Look at this spectacular mug. Oh my goodness. And it has a D as the handle. My daughter-in-law saw it and then fell in love with it. She thought it was so cool, and I asked her if she wanted it, and she said, no, you go ahead and sell it. So I don't know, this may make it into her Christmas stocking, I don't know. But these do sell for quite a good profit. I paid $1.50 for it. Crazy, but it's so spectacular. Look at that. That D handle is just everything. And none of the decor, the design, is damaged at all. I couldn't believe it when I found it. I was so excited.
That was our shopping trip to Goodwill and Deseret Industries in Utah. I want to thank all of you so much for coming along with me on my thrifting adventures. I want to wish all of you a very happy Thanksgiving. Click the link to the video where I share my secret recipe for candied yams and my Thanksgiving stuffing.